Okay, this is an introduction video for Google Chromebooks and the Google Chrome OS. This will be a very skim the surface basic introduction video. I will give you information on how to log in and give you some information about how to download apps and how to get started. But I'm not going to go in a whole lot of depth. So the first thing you're going to want to do is log in, and your login, how you log in, will depend on how the Chromebook is set up, whether if it's a school device or a county-owned school device or a personal device. It's a little different. If it's a personal device, it's however you had it set up when you initially purchased. If it is a school device, most of them will have an icon here for a default login. It'll be in the center of the screen. That's mainly what you would want to use for students. Let them do a default login, unless this is for maybe middle school or high school where you're doing a one-to-one device situation, and then if they probably have a Gmail account. If the student has a Gmail account and you have, or you as a teacher or educator or whoever want to add a new account or log in besides the default login, here at the bottom about where this Gmail account is, or Gmail icon is, there's going to be a little plus sign that says add new account. You're going to want to click the add new account, and it will prompt you to sign in using your Google credentials, whether it's your Gmail, the school email, and your password. Once you've done that, once you've logged in, it will usually pop you straight into the Google Chrome web browser, and that's what you're seeing in front of you. I've already logged in, and I'm ready to go. If you have your Google Chrome being shared, like I do, you can see all your bookmarks. So these bookmarks I can see on my personal PC when I log in. I can see it on my PC at school, or I can log in and see it on my Chromebook. So all my stuff is shared, so my screen will look a little different than yours because I have all my bookmarks and I have some of my extensions and apps, and I'll show you where to get some of these and where to search for different types of apps and things like that in just a moment. So once you've logged in, if you're on the internet, you can go straight to any website. You can search, you can find web games, whatever you want to do as far as internet based, you can access it straight through Google Chrome. Down here in the bottom right hand corner, this is kind of your notification center. It tells you what's going on. As you can see, I'm connected to school's Wi-Fi. This is managed by caldwellschools.com. I'm actually casting my screen. My Bluetooth is disabled. I can check my volume. My settings are here. This is also where you can shut down your Chromebook, give you the date, time, and you can lock it as well. And your battery information. This is just kind of like an information hub where you can get simple things. And the settings is something I will go over in another video. So over here on the left, you can see some of the applications or extensions I already have installed. I can go straight to Google Chrome. I can go straight to Gmail. I can do a Google search. I can go to Google Docs, and I can go to YouTube. However, this little icon on the far left, when I hover over it, shows apps. That will work as your default start menu if you're familiar with Windows Lingo. So I can open that, and here are all my apps. Now, your initial session, the first time you ever log in, you won't have any of this stuff. So you'll actually have to go into the web store. Now, the web store is where all your apps are located, any apps or extensions, and later in a later video I'll explain the difference between an app and an extension. Basically, here is your store. This is where you can get software. This is where you can get things you want to use. There's Google Hangouts. There's all kinds of stuff in here that you can download and use as far as applications. Now that leads me to probably the most common question I've been asked about Chromebooks, and that is, do I have to have the internet to use it? Well, the answer to that question is yes and no. You have to have the internet, obviously, to download apps. You have to have the internet to utilize many of the features or many of the I guess, the more attractive features of the Chromebook and the Chrome OS, you need to have an internet connection. Is it completely and totally required to use it? No, it is not. If you're working on a Google Doc at home, or somewhere where you don't have access to internet, I've been in a situation where I was on a trip with someone, I wasn't driving, and I was working on a paper um, for a graduate class, and I just opened Google Docs and I started editing it. And then the moment that I reconnected to Wi-Fi, it saved those changes in Google Docs and into my Google Drive, and I wasn't out anything. You can still utilize many of the features that you have with the Google Chromebook or Chrome OS offline. You do not have to be online for everything. But again, many of the really neat, really cool features require you to have an internet connection. It doesn't operate any differently than a typical PC or laptop or MacBook or whatever you used to. Keyboard layout's the same. There are some differences. You'll probably notice there's no caps lock. I'm going to add a keyboard shortcut key link so you can see how to operate the keyboard and how to change things. But there is a shift key, which if you hold the shift, you can hit a button and you get a capitalized letter. This was a very basic video. It's just kind of a brief introduction of how to get logged in and where to go and how to get, I guess, basically oriented. Again, start menu here, or apps menu in the bottom left-hand corner. Web stores, where you'll locate most of, or actually all of, your applications or extensions. You can download themes. Shortcut bar here, you can go straight into Google Chrome web browser, your Gmail, Google search, Google Docs, YouTube, and occasionally you may have a Google Drive icon down here. Over on the right, you have your power center, your notification center, and you can go straight into shutting down. It shows you basic information, your volume, all of that. If you have any further questions, please refer to the next set of videos, or don't hesitate to ask. Thank you.